Hi, everyone. As most of you know, I'm Samantha Paris, founder of VoiceTracks, and I'd like to welcome you to our series, Inside Teacher Tips. So this is it's an ongoing educational series designed to support you Traxers and any other voice actors out there who are wanting to hone your craft and, of course, book jobs. And who better to help you further your careers than VoiceTrack's amazing roster of generous guest directors. And I say amazing because they are of the highest pedigree in the professional voiceover world, and generous because they're here with us today to share a tip. So I'm here with, again, as most of you know, my right arm and working professional voice actor in her own right, Ms. Vicky Baum.
Hi,
And
Samantha.
hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Good.
So, okay, I love that I don't know. And so, okay, the first time you surprised me with Tom Pinto,
Duh.
that made sense.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
And then next you surprised me with Dave Fenoy.
Yes.
And that actually kind of made sense too, because,
Absolutely.
right, Tommy been with me forever, but then Dave too, late
Mhm.
80s, and was a student. So I'm thinking it's got to be a woman. And actually, look,
What?
I have the catalog here.
You're cheating. You're
Yeah.
cheating.
I, I mean, we've got so many great women. So Melissa Gray,
I'll tell
yeah.
you one thing, Samantha. It's not you.
Oh, and it's not you.
Yeah, exactly. There's two.
And Anna Matthias, she's been with me forever.
Amazing.
Wait a minute. I think I know. I'm going to go out on a limb here. Ooh, I have goosebumps. I hope I'm not going to be a total geek because I love everyone. So even if I'm wrong, but let's just see if we are still like, we always read each other's brains.
Okay.
So like drum roll, I'm going to say, oh, is it Tasia?
I don't know. Hey, super secret VoiceTracks guest director, reveal yourself.
Oh, I got it right.
Psychic connection. I was pushing myself. I was like, Tasia, it's Tasia, it's Tasia, it's Tasia.
Oh my God.
Come on. Who do
That was
I obsess
cool.
over on a daily
Wow.
basis?
Oh, sweetheart, hi. I haven't seen you in so long.
Yes, and it's wonderful to be in this space that we can see each other without schlepping, right? I mean, thank God for Zoom. I know it's not like the ideal, but the fact is that we can actually do this and get connected, and it's wonderful to see your beautiful faces and hear your beautiful voices.
Oh, and gosh, Vicky, thank you. And oh, Tasia, I gave Vicky a wish list, but I didn't know. And so the fact that you're doing this and wanting to share a tip, it means so much to me. It means so much to VoiceTracks. You're so beloved.
Yes.
Thank you. I feel very honored to have this privilege, especially being number 3. This is incredible because I'm huge. I've known Tom for many years, not as long as you, but we were at the same agency and love him. And of course, Dave Fenoy is a dear friend and colleague, and I'm just honored to be amongst them. And I love your community. I love what you've created together. It's every time I teach, I feel so blessed because there's so much. I mean, being voiceover artists, we can be very isolated and alone. And so, what I love about what you've created over 30, how many years now?
34.
34 years is a community that even at the height of, again, our being so alone, you keep everyone connected. And that support system is such an incredible gift along our journeys. So I'm always blessed and singing your praises when I come to teach your students. And I love that they all, support each other. And then, oh, I was in your class. And so it really makes the journey of a development as a voiceover artist that much more special and supported so that you can go that much further. So it's a gift what you've done. And I love being a part of it whenever I get a chance to teach.
Well, thank you. You are so beloved. And actually, I just realized, I was so excited that I guessed right. Vicky, for those people out there that might not know how extraordinary this woman is and talk about an incredible pedigree, why don't you share some of the things that Tasia has blessed us with over her incredible career?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, not only is she one of the most beautiful, warm human beings there is, she's an
Love her.
Emmy nominated actress, and earlier her career, her TV roles were on All My Children. I mean,
I watched her on All My Children. I was so envious because it's like I thought that guy Tad, his name was Tad, was so cute, and it was like, oh, you got to play.
I got to have my heart broken by him and
Yes.
get paid for it. So that worked out. Cat to cat. I was his first official wife for anybody. Dottie Thornton for anybody.
I mean, Emmy nominated, by the way. So, and iconic roles on TV shows like Fame and 21 Jump Street and Highway to Heaven. There, you guys have that in common.
We're aging ourselves here. I know, and I love it. When I read your book, I was like, we're the same people. We've been on the same 80s shows. And so it was like, I was mind blown because
So
we had so
good.
much in common.
And one of my favorite shows, Star Trek: The Next Generation. But what I love about what Tasia's done, Samantha, is, you know, she has that part of her career, but then she has metamorphosized herself into this amazing, successful voice actress. She's doing video games and animated series, like all the Star Wars stuff. And she does like World of Warcraft, which is one of the biggest video games out there. Ben 10 was an animated series. Not to mention my favorite role that she does. She does the iconic character of Poison Ivy in all things DC Comics. And we all know how DC Comics is huge. So, I mean, you look at her IMDb page and it just goes on and on and on and on. But above all of that, she's just one of the nicest, most beautiful people on the inside and the outside I've ever met. Welcome, Tasia. Welcome. We love you.
That's such a generous introduction. I'm compelling. But as an actor, you know, we love approval. So I'll take it.
Yes, I love it.
I receive it. I tell all the students, you know, when we get such love, let's receive it because we're worthy. So thank you for that very warm introduction.
Thank you.
So I'm actually, it's like my palms are sweating. I'm excited. It's like, what tip do you have?
We're ready.
Okay. So what I love to do, and I love teaching again the students, is I always say that when we're looking at a script, to ask the four, and I call them the give great voice questions. Everybody has their own version of it, but to me, the first thing we want to do when we're deciphering the script, the jewels are all in there, or if they're not, we can ascertain them by asking ourselves the question, who am I in this particular role? Like, who am I? Am I Tasia the mother, Tasia the friend, Tasia the lawyer, or the lawyer-esque, the daughter, the colleague, the employee? We're all multifaceted in our real lives, and in order to play a character, we want to see who is this role in this commercial or narration or whatever. There's always a role, but sometimes we just take for granted, we just jump right in. We want to establish the who. So that's number one. Number two, once we've established our role, who are we speaking to? Am I talking to my daughter? Am I talking to my husband? Am I talking to my my future boss? Am I talking to a patient? The role informs us, but then how I speak to my dog is very different. How I speak to my husband, how I speak to my friend, how I speak to my acquaintance. We all speak differently depending on the relationship. So knowing ourselves, knowing who we're speaking to is number two. Number three is, what do we want? What emotion do we want to evoke? Do we want to, and again, it's usually in the writing, right? Are we friendly and conversational? Are we authoritative and gravitas? Are we calming? And, again, a little bit more grounded. That's all in there if we're deciphering. And sometimes the adjectives are there more clearly, but we want to really understand that. And then number four, how does our voice and tone support those intentions? So meaning, again, if I'm talking to my best friends, I'm talking to Sam and Vicky, right? And I've got this incredible new cream. It's Nivea cream, and it's this great lightening cream. I'm going to take that conversational, it says warm, and it says inviting, and I'm going to apply that to how I speak to you, rather than if I was the maker of that cream and I was instructing how to apply that cream with more of an authority. So again, it really makes a difference. And once we've established then you could take it into the lovely lead-in, which I love, to make it more personalized. So instead of, again, with people talking so many times we talk, and I know you really stress this, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? You're talking to the air? You're talking to the air? But if you can create that specificity by even taking that into a name, like, again, Sam and Vicky, you know how I have all these brown spots on my name, on my face, on my face. I've discovered this new cream, introducing Nivea Lightning Cream. It's so refined, as opposed to introducing Nivea Lightning Cream. It's blah, 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 blah. So it's that specificity of us really understanding who you are to be authentic, so that, because nobody wants a voiceover actor anymore, right? That's more of a parody. How we can apply that, how we can understand who we're speaking to, what are those adjectives that we're being given that we can download, and how we can use that to then infuse it. And then I always like to create that moment before, so that you're always caught in mid conversation, as opposed to, like, you know, you just start out, get that lovely lead in, and you're on your way.
That is so fantastic. And you know, I'll date the two of us. You know, back when we were first doing this, we, of course, we're always having to go to auditions. And so you couldn't do that. Like a lot of times if you did a lead in, the booth director or your agent would say, like, oh, what are you saying that?
What is that? Right.
Like, or even before, it was like you couldn't do it because your voice was being recorded on a reel to reel, or it was being recorded on a cassette that couldn't be edited, right?
Right.
So we couldn't do that. But now that we all audition from our home studios, we're all doing our own editing, having that little lead in it's like a gift.
It's a magical gift that you get to go snip, snip, snip. But, but again, you can have a lead in, a general lead in, or you can have a nice specific. And I say, say the name of who you're talking to, your doctor, your friend, your girlfriend, and then say, Sam, I really love this product. And you know why? Da, 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 da. It makes it that much more, but using those lead-ins really help you to be much more authentic, much more natural. And it is a gift that you can be your own, actor and editor in that way, that nobody's the wiser.
Tasia, what I like about what you said is, at the beginning, you said we're all multifaceted people in our real life. And I know that you really emphasize that in some exercises in your classes, because it just brings it back to you relating to what's going on. If you have an opportunity to relate on a personal level of what's going on in the script, it's going to be more authentic, more real. And so I think we forget how multifaceted we are in our own personal lives.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And I remember there was a student in your class, and she was an athlete. And I said, well, you've done some amazing things in a very courageous, powerful way. She's like, so I can apply the fact that I'm an athlete to a role that I'm maybe not a doctor or some other, a firefighter. Yeah, because it lives in you. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to necessarily be the exact role, but what part of you identifies? I'm courageous, I'm powerful, I am dedicated, I am disciplined. That athlete part of you, great. You'll see it in a script that may not be the exact, role, but you'll have those parts of you that you can then apply and say, I'm going to bring that girl, that woman, that energy to this role. Because we're bakers and doctors and lawyers and friends and podcasters and LARP dressers and video games, right? And tattoo artists. But we're so multifaceted. And when we can bring that and really map that out, then we can bring our true selves to the roles. And ultimately that's what they want. They really want you. They don't want the beautified announcer, that when we first started, that everything had to be beautiful and magical. Now it has to be authentic and real. And the more real we get by knowing ourselves, the more we can bring that truthfulness to our roles.
Samantha, if only Tasia was passionate about this stuff.
I know. I was like, oh God, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? I've got nothing. Well, hopefully they'll just draw it out of me.
And who better to teach authenticity than one of the sweetest, kindest, most authentic people on the planet?
Yes.
So, thank you.
There you are.
Ask my husband. He might tell you something else.
But that's what they know.
Right? That's authenticity. We're multifaceted. And I have my moments too. But, I always joke that my husband knows exactly how I feel about him as soon as I say his name. Can we all relate?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, Harvey, this is a perfect time. Harvey, honey, did you get the dry cleaning? Harvey, did you get the dry cleaning? Same words, different. And
Harvey, did you get
Harvey, right? The beleaguered versus the bitch, and how he responds to me is not the words, it's the tone.
tone?
So
Exactly.
that's all about being a voiceover actor and how we become masters of tone.
We do. We do.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tasia.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you for letting me have the opportunity to
So
share.
much.
I love you guys, and I love.
Sending you a ginormous hug.
Mwah.
Thanks
Love
so
you.
much.
Au revoir.
Bye.